Whispers in the margins, codes between the lines, typewriters in the shadows, ticking back in time. Invisible assistants, running covert schemes, building whole new worlds while we chase our dreams. We're agents in the pages, automation spies, sending secret signals through the starlit skies. Stories crackle open like a safe at night. Our missions are the chapters hidden in the light. Ink becomes encryption, paper turns to glass. Every prompt a password, slipping through the past. Circuits hum like footfalls on a midnight street. Manuscripts assemble perfect and discreet. Shadow pens are moving, the dossier's alive. Blueprints on the table, watch the novels thrive. Every plot's a puzzle, every twist a key, unlocking secret futures only writers see. We're agents in the pages, automation spies, sending secret signals through the starlit skies. Stories crackle open like a safe at night. Our missions are the chapters hidden in the light.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our Friday. It is the Future Fiction Academy, and we are Ekello and Elizabeth West. And we thought we'd bring you in like it's midnight in the city with a nice, sexy tune about writing in the age of AI, baby. All right.
AI agents. It's secret agents.
It is secret agents, baby. All right.
Oh
So-
man, Robbie thinks you did that song.
No. No. I know you may think that Elizabeth is a young teenage girl with all of the songs that she likes to put up, but she has infinite wells of creativity and things that she enjoys, and one of them is lounge music from the 60s that would be in a spy thriller. I love it.
I played piano for 8 years. Your girl's I'm not nearly as much of an accomplished musician as Ekello is. He is amazing. I'm an amateur at best, but I do have fun with coming up with Suno songs that are a little campy, a little bit different.
Just in a wee bit of a digression, Elizabeth, I have a question for you. What is, because I think I've been wanting to know this for a while, because what is your what's your technique when you're making your songs? Because I've noticed that you have songs that are kind of shored up in a certain way. What do you do when you prompt? Are you using the advanced one, or are you using the one that, are you making up the lyrics yourself? What's happening?
I always use ChatGPT for the lyrics, and since ChatGPT knows a lot about me, So that's how it was able to put in blueprints and things like that. It knows what we're working in. And literally the prompt for the lyrics was, I can tell you because I can read it off to you.
That just makes so much sense to me right now.
And then I usually like change them up. One of my favorite ones, sometimes the lyrics are a little too on the nose. So I'm like, hey, can you be a little bit more abstract? Can you like figure this out? I said, this was the first prompt I start off with. Write me fun song lyrics that are abstract and sound like a theme song about authors using agents and automations like it's about secret agents. And then it just gave me those lyrics.
See, everyone, all you have to do is think around the problem, especially when it comes to prompting. Everyone's always like, prompt engineer, prompt engineer. Just look at the problem, the how you want to get something done, and then just apply the general knowledge that you have, because the way you just explained it seems pretty common sense to me. That's a very cool way to think of it in an abstract sort of way. I mean, you could say many different types of words, actually.
Yeah, I leave room for the AI to come up with it. I was like, hey, make me a fun song about authors doing this. I didn't say it had to be verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. It just does that. Sometimes it's changed it up, but for the most part, it does that. And then I look through those lyrics. Once I like the lyrics, I take them over to Suno, which Suno 5 is about to come out. I don't know if you saw the notice about that. I saw it in my Facebook feed the other day.
Uh-oh.
Suno 5 is about to drop.
Wow.
It was 4.5. And I go through probably about 6 or 7 different generations, and I tweak it a little bit of like, at first there was another version that almost won, but I had the word bright in there. And so it was just,
and you had to change.
It was 260s, 70s. Like it was like Austin Powers secret agent. It wasn't like Bond secret agent. And so I had to be like, hey, Bond secret agent, cool secret agents, not stupid, silly, comedic secret agents.
Yeah, I get you. And the fact that it means 2 things, right on the money.
Yeah, and I asked it to do it as a theme song for a secret agent show from the 60s and 70s. That's the theme song. That's the song that I want. And then I said I wanted ethereal and slow, and that's how I got the da 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 da.
Did you use the advanced? So you put your own lyrics in. Did you use the advanced where you gave it specific things all the way down, or did you give it no, you did the advanced. You had to.
No, I just do custom, which is the advanced. I give the lyrics and I tell the style and I tweak it.
Oh, okay.
So like Shoe ran with bright. I took bright out and I said I want to slow and ethereal, and that's how I got the more like it was like a lounge. It was the slow tempo. It was more like James Bond meeting the Mark or whatever, rather than like Austin Powers. Dun, 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 dun. Like, yeah, that was too much.
Yeah, I had to say to Suno once because I was trying to do like Prince sort of music. So I said 1980s Minneapolis funk sound. And it gave me some very interesting stuff, especially towards the later part of his career when he was doing most of his stuff with New Power Generation, and they were very so
one of the tricks I do is I will ask ChatGPT, hey, how would you describe this artist's music, to get the keywords that the AI knows, because we know Suno or whatever probably did not use their own engine. So like what the ChatGPT AI thinks that music is probably how it got categorized inside of Suno.
Yeah, you can't tell me that they didn't use outputs from ChatGPT to fine tune whatever they're using to.
Oh, I'm sure that they did in order to categorize
it mysteriously got better there really quickly. I was like, y'all are working this in your own.
But if you don't know, you could ask ChatGPT, hey, could you describe for me Whitney Houston's sound at the beginning of her career in words that an AI songmaker would understand without using Whitney Houston? And then you'll get, bright, clean pop, 80s, belter,
right.
Church girl gone pop star. Like you'll get those.
Yeah.
Female get those keywords.
Female singer.
Yeah. That if it was a game show and somebody gave you those clues, you would go,
you'd be able to Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
I often You know, I mean, bouncing off the subject, one of the subjects of tonight, things have changed so much. I mean, like the rigmarole we would have to go through in order to get the AI at its very rudimentary sort of, hello, Gracie, how you doing? Are you gonna, yep, yes,
I
there's
mean,
the
you look at the
tail.
songs that I just did now versus like the original songs that I did with
Yep.
Suno, where I just put the text in there and it just turned book text. I was trying to make an audio book, and it was like Zora, Zora, da-da, and it made like the whole book narrative a song.
Yes.
So
That is, yeah, I'm telling you, when they used to make these custom GPTs and stuff like that, well, people still do, and they're very much a very cool function, and they're really
they are.
well when you are really honing them in on a specific problem that you want fixed all the time. Uh, but like making song lyrics, but now you just it's so good that you can have it inside of a project, and the project knows everything about you and all of the things about that subject, and then you can have it just riff off of everything going on inside of that project. That right there.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But there is still always the downside, and I will show the downside. And that
Uh-oh.
is sometimes it knows you, right? So let me show you this. You're gonna laugh your butt off. So I had, if you guys can, yeah, you guys can see this. I was like, fewer song lyrics. Okay, no, a little longer than that. And so then it gave me that version. And then I was like, can you make me a banner that's campy secret agents and the middle third is negative space? It'll be covered up. And I got this, which that's not the middle third that I meant. And I was like, sorry, horizontal banner with the middle third. It's for a YouTube video background. Let's make it look cool, spy. We still got stuck with the orange. I was like, I need the vertical middle third negative space. And don't look campy. Look cool, modern, slick spies. This is for a YouTube class on AI agents. We get the exact same graphic, and it's still in the middle. Like, this banner needs to be. But finally, I got it. But it had taken so long, I gave up and went to ideogram.
And it
But I would
probably
use
did
that
it.
one. That's exactly what I wanted.
It's a little dim.
Yeah, I mean, I could have brightened it up and stuff
Yeah,
like that,
yeah.
but yeah, it was. It
So what
was
did we
pretty.
end up with? What is this thing we're looking at behind us?
This is an ideogram one, so I'll take us away.
Oh, I see. Oh, I like the.
Cool.
Yeah, it got some stuff in the middle there too, and little
But
layering.
even that took me like 9 different Well, I generated 3 times 4 pictures each before I got one that I liked.
I spend a lot of my time in image generators, Elizabeth.
Yeah, it's a new. But so this is what we're talking about tonight.
Sorry.
The new way it is to work, and there's a lot of like click, and you have to wait to know if you got what you wanted, the good stuff, before you can move on to the next task, or if it's going to turn into task quicksand. You know, where if you don't set a timer, you may look up and realize that you have wasted 2 hours on something that you could have just done faster yourself if you just cut the AI out and you just did it yourself.
Agreed.
Like, I feel like that is the real big paradigm shift. Since we want to get all fun buzzword bingo, like we're consultants on AI policy and strategy and things like that. So,
Yeah.
task quicksand. AI can cause you task quicksand because you get caught up in the generations. And next thing you know, you've got 30 things and none of them work.
Yes. My wife was trying to create a logo, and so I was using at least 2 or 3 ideogram and Chat GPT or Sora or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I would go through all of these iterations, and I gave it a couple of different prompts, and it's about taste. I have to tell you, it really is, because my wife, I must have generated 40, 45 pictures for her, maybe 10, 12, 13, 14 of them on Sora alone. And we were just going back and forth. And she was like, no, 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 because there were these things that she was trying to do. And so I was like, okay, hold up. Like we get about 10 or 15 in. I'm like, tell me exactly what needs to be in there and what exactly needs to not be in there. And then she was like, well, I don't like this, and I don't want that in there, and I don't want that, and we don't need these things, and no people. They just take the people out. And I was like, oh, okay. And then we did that, and it took about another 20 more for her to go, oh man, I just can't, these are not it. And I was like, yeah, but you know what it is now, don't you? Know what you want to do now, don't you? And she goes, oh, yes. And then she says, don't you have Canva? And I said, yes, I do. And I said, you can use AI on that too, and talk to it, and it can start you out with something specific, and then you can build from there. And she was like, no. I was like, yes. And 15 minutes later, she said, and I'm done. And then and then 2 days later, she had a banner, and she went right on Canva, got it done, and she was done. People do not get what the productivity thing that is actually happening, how fast things changed from before, but how fast you can get stuff done now, which is,
and people are coming in and being able to do things that they never could do before, and so they actually don't even have a reference point of how long this would have taken. So like a logo design before AI would have resulted in, hiring a graphic designer, having some kind of consultation where you would have talked about your brand, you would have talked about your colors, there would have been a talk with Laura about what do you want on your logo? Do you want this? Do you want that? What are some logos that you like? Then that graphic designer looking at the space in the industry and trying to make sure that Laura's logo stands out, but also immediately communicates what the company is. It would have been weeks or days of back and forth. And we're here going like, well, that took 2 hours and it feels like I wasted those 2 hours. I mean, the concept of time is changing.
It really is. It's kind of one of the main paradigm shifts that I feel when I'm working with YFD. And just in case anybody doesn't know what that is, YFD is your first draft.ai. That's your first draft.ai. It is a product that we are working on in the background and trying to get up to snuff so that we can eventually try to get it out to a lot of people. And in that process of building that, we have realized real gains, speed, things that have really changed in the way that we all approach things. I love the story about the Queens. And just in case you don't know who the Queens are Elizabeth Ann West, Stephanie Bajonas, and Miss Stacey Anderson. And those ladies they all got together, and they had this grand idea, and they wanted to be able to output a lot of books and be able to do it in a very short amount of time. And they thought that they could do it with the press and all of this stuff. And they all sat down for a weekend or 3 days or whatever it was, or even maybe a little longer. And at the end of the process, they hated it. They were all like, oh, well, how the hell are we ever going to be able to do this? And then that's what was the genesis of the idea of maybe we should automate this. I mean, they had all been messing around and stuff, right?
But there's a reason. It goes back to the bigger criteria of why we are messing around with automation and all that. There's no doubt in my mind that this is the future, whether we want it to be or not. It wasn't like I said, hey, I hope one day that big publishers have the ability to write books without humans and push all of my author friends out of a job. It's just I could see that future and that inevitability happening as soon as I could write my own book with pseudo-write, honestly. Well, with ChatGPT, with DaVinci 3 and things like that. So the minute it was writing paragraphs, I knew, and that was back in 2021, the minute it was writing a paragraph, and they were good paragraphs, I knew we were in trouble. And if we didn't figure out this technology and then open source the prompting and all of that, it was going to be too late if we waited until it was accepted and being used by big publishing.
What's the ultimate consequence if we waited?
If we waited, it would have gotten to the point that all of the big publishers would be able to do books like that exactly to market trend and put them out on ebook fashion and all of that. And there would be no way for independent authors to really compete with that because you wouldn't be able to keep up with the delivery. I know that sounds weird, but here's the thing. Readers are going to read. That is what they do. And Jay says, don't we think they already do that? I know that they already do that.
They do it badly though. And
they do.
It's because they're a gigantic behemoth that has to imagine you are the Titanic and you are 50 yards, 50 meters away from a gigantic iceberg. In order to turn the ship in the amount of time that this big iceberg, which let's make this metaphor complete, has a big AI etched into the front of it, that we are the ones that are barreling towards it, right? And this thing is coming, and they cannot turn the ship fast enough. They can't.
No, and that's the thing. Even for a big press to have a public division, so to speak, say, Macmillan wants to have a division that's doing AI books or whatever, have an imprint doing that. They can't do it publicly because the bulk of their business, the billions of dollars of money that they make day in and day out, come from the old way of publishing where it's 100% human written. It's a million human hands on the manuscript as it goes through its different departments, from acquisitions to the production to the art department to the marketing department to the publicity department. There's a marketing and a publicity department. Marketing is to market the book. Publicity is all about like stuff for the author. In case you were wondering, those are different departments.
I love that about Don Draper. That was one of my favorite Don Draper statements. He's like, "Oh, that's just some public relations stunt."
So you have all of these different departments, and everybody's got to have their fingers, and everybody needs a couple of weeks with this book. Well, you start doing the math. If every single department needs 2 to 3 weeks with the book, and there's like 6 departments it's got to go through, that's at least 12 to 18 weeks. So you're looking at 4 to almost 6 months that the book has to just be going through. And so they still have a slow, and there's no way for them to, like you say, turn the ship, but they can experiment with it quietly. And we've been seeing those books in the market. I have seen every single major publisher, an imprint by them, have a predominantly AI written book put out on the market. And the reason I know it's AI is because I have written millions of words with artificial intelligence with all the different models, and I can spot for you exactly the things right in the beginning in the first chapter. They don't even fix it. It's very telltale signs when you work with it all the time. It's not easy to see anymore if you don't work with a lot of AI, but like simple things like 4 to 5 thoughts in a sentence. Humans do 3. We do da, 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 but the AI will regularly do da, 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 da. You'll have 2 or 3 sentences back to back now in the newer models that mean the exact same thing,
but are just said completely differently.
Just said differently. You should cut one of them. And they come off as like bad like beginner author mistakes. And people are like, well, Elizabeth, can't they just be a beginner author? No.
Not in a big imprint. These imprints, they need to have a certain quality level. So they're going to have to go through each and every book, one of these books, with each and every department again.
Zed points out Marcus Chen, and I stopped reading. I have seen AI names in like trad pub books. Now, I think they might be able to say, well, we didn't know the author used AI. And possibly
anything published after 2021, I am sus.
Yeah, I would say 2023 is really.
I agree with you. I just I know that there had to have been some ingenious or someone thinking ahead at some of these places and experimenting with.
There were
editing.
early experiments. I have seen Da Vinci 3 in some books. It wasn't, I mean, and they were coming out just as we were starting the FFA, which would make sense that they were written in 2021, 2022, because remember, it takes 6 to 12 months for the books to even come out. So what's really bonkers is like, if you do see a trad pub book with AI in it, it's most likely not even current today models. It's probably written with a model from like last year. So this is where being in the FFA for as long as we've been running it and stuff like that, we've seen all these little catchphrases and these little like hiccups and everything like that. The new one that's going to come up is it was not this, it was that. Starting every chapter. It didn't rain, it poured. Or Elizabeth was not lost. She was absolutely devastated, or you know what they just, it's not this, it's that. It's not this, it's that. It's like every sentence construction is that. So, and then right now GPT-5 is hot for similes. Oh my gosh. So many metaphors, but they're all similes. Like I'll get paragraphs on my book camp project that I just did. I get entire paragraphs where it's 3 sentences with da 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 da, and it was like da 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 da. Da 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 da, and it was like da 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 da. I can show you some examples. Hold on.
I'm just saying. Oh, I'm just saying that we are. It's funny how you still have to have craft.
Yeah.
You still have to have the ability to understand what good writing is and the ability to execute said good writing. And it's still not a you just click the button and it's all done sort of thing. Mostly because AI has these things it falls back on just all the time. I mean, without even thinking about it. And you're right, there is a lot of that.
Yeah, let me show you a good example for ChatGPT 5. So coming to TradPub books near you next year. I'm just going to read this one part here. So you can count how many similes we have, which is blank and then like. So here we go. Chad whistles low, like he's walking onto a movie set he'd like to criticize. He climbs down from the passenger side slow so he can watch me do the heavy lifting, then swaps the sunglasses on his hair for the sunglasses on his nose. His jaw is already chewing a piece of gum he conjured from nowhere. You didn't tell me we were staying at the Blair Witch Airbnb, he says, delighted. He pats the nearest porch post and flakes of paint drop off, sticking to his palm. He blows them away like confetti. Rustic. Don't lick anything, I say. It looks like lead paint and poor life choices. I've counted 3 so far. The porch fan above us clacks out its warning like it's late for a fight. The screen door has a whine I could find blindfolded. I pop the latch with my hip and the old spring resists like it's decided who belongs here and it isn't me. I shove anyway. The house exhale slams the door behind us because it can. It smells like dust and coffee and old cigarettes and something sweet gone bad. Regret has a scent. I would bottle it and sell it to women who like their perfume with a story. That is a lot of similes.
Yeah, you're right.
That was like five metaphors.
There was moments where it was moving forward pretty good, and then it would want to give you a visual. I have to say though, I am in the middle of reading the Commonwealth Saga, which is a Peter F. Hamilton series duology, and I've read it 7 times. Each book is over 700 pages. It's a very, very big endeavor every time I do it, but it's always very worth it. But he is very simile heavy. And this was 15 years ago, and I find it very interesting. I find it very interesting because we have a style that people have gotten into and stuff like that.
It's fine for that style to be in epic fantasy and in genres that are going to need this because you're painting this fantasy world. And this is paranormal women's fiction that I'm working on. But It's writing like this when you're trying to do a contemporary romance. It's writing like this when you're trying to do a funny sci-fi, camp thing. It's not. This is where craft really matters. It's really blatant when you see this in every single book that's out there, and everybody sounds the same. And like I said, we're going to see it more and more and more. And we're not immune to it.
Yeah, I have to say, I'm one of those people that when we're in our meetings, that I advocate for more craft classes. I'm always about craft classes. I'm like, hey, somebody teach me more good stuff about craft, please. Anybody, just teach me anything you want. I'll be very happy to listen, because it relates directly to the way that you write your stories with artificial intelligence. If you cannot recognize when you're falling into a trap, or you're being written into a corner, or you're screwing up, AI is great for logic and great for all of that stuff and planning and making sure that all these big broad things don't get broken. But sometimes in the moments is when you really need to like buckle down and know whether or not that thing that you're reading is crap.
So here's how you do this. Here's one of your tips for the night. Okay, I read that part out loud. You may not have listened very closely. What of any of them can you remember? Like, what of any of those stuck with you?
Oh, none.
I only have 2 that stuck with me.
No.
Him blowing the paint chips like confetti.
Oh, yeah.
That stayed with me. And the screen door deciding who gets to enter the house and I'm not in it. Everything else I would have cut. And so that's one of the ways that you can kind of test. And we've been doing that with writing notes. So you have to do kind of a cold read when you're validating AI. And when you see a lot of those things and you're stuck with like, I don't know which ones to cut, take a breather from it. Like you read it, walk away from it, see which of any of them stick with you. If they stick with you, keep them. Anything that didn't, it was just noise.
Wipe it away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But don't delete it. Save it in another file because we never throw away words. Dragons. We are dragons.
Y'all don't listen to Elizabeth. You do what you need to do. Elizabeth has an issue. This issue is very well documented over 2 years on YouTube. That issue is that she is truly a dragon. She's a hoarder of words.
Oh, you guys better back me up in that chat. Where's my Harper? Where's my Stacy? Where's my Susan? Where's my Rochelle?
Hoarder.
We don't have to throw away words. Are you kidding me?
For some reason, I can't function. Let me see here. For some reason, I can't functionally edit like that by reading. So I copy paste it into a Speechify and listen to it while I do the same thing. I put it in the 11 Reader app, and I can just listen. And I listen on high speed so that I can get more of what's going on. I'm a word SQ. I'm a word hoarder. I'm a dragon. And Elizabeth,
these are my people. We do not throw away words.
Readers
do not discard words.
Real writers do not.
Lynn, dead word folder.
Oh, Lynn is so funny. Okay,
Stacy. No.
I've even learned to.
Hold on, Stacy. Social media messages you took the time to write and then decided to delete because you don't actually want to send it do not count as throwaway words.
She just told you, girl. But I'm rewriting something I started years ago. If I throw out those words, put them in the dead word folder. Oh my gosh. Keep them the hoard. The hoard and Scrivener. I have so many Scrivener files. You know what? I am such a hoarder that I have a Dropbox that has all of my Scrivener stuff. So I can still, till this day, go in and get to my old thoughts that I had for Scrivener before. Yeah, what was that one?
Stacey goes, "You're not the boss of what my throwaway words are." Do you want to know what the tell was? You said some words.
You're not the boss. Oh my!
And then I knew she wasn't talking about fiction words.
I like this one. Script crypt.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I like Daniel. Don't throw them out. Spell them differently.
I put my app called Voice and Read. See more people talking about things being read to them out
Yeah.
loud. Yeah.
That is an adaptation that I think a lot of people are doing, because a lot of people, myself excluded, they hear faster than they read.
Mm-hmm.
Like they can process audio a lot better.
That's me.
I have audio processing disorder issues. So I have issues with hearing everything all at once and all of that. So I'm not audiobooks are like, if you want to torture me, I'll listen to an audiobook. If
Yeah,
I'm driving,
me.
I can listen to an audiobook. Like if I'm doing something else, but I just read faster. So
I walk. I listen faster than I'm not a very fast reader, and so
yeah.
I can turn the thing up to
Yep.
2.25, like 2.25, and that right there, I can totally stay in the pocket, focused, and do my walks with the dog or whatever, and really crank through some stuff.
Yeah. And Jay says he's dyslexic, so written words fly all over the place. And I know many people who are dyslexic where audio is better for them. I'm not dyslexic, so
it sucks. It sucks. It sucks.
auditory processing issues is also a problem. Because like I
Yes.
could never pay attention to class, and I just had to read the books and figure out what like Charlie Brown, the want. I'm like, I now know that
Oh.
Charles Schultz was on the spectrum.
Yeah, that it's like, what are you saying? So things have changed. I mean, the fact that you can have multiple places where you can drop an audiobook and listen to that book and really comprehend it, and it's something that was just written and now, or that you may have written, that you can now just bespokely by yourself without going out and doing a whole bunch of stuff, just copying, pasting it into an app and having it on your phone and listening to the whole thing.
For 11 Labs, all we really had was Natural Reader. And there were a lot of authors who used Natural Reader before 11 Labs came along. And so text to speech is actually very, very old. Very old. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's but, you know, the voices
They
have
do
gone,
it the best, though. They do it
the
the best.
voices have changed from the robotic I am. Yeah. Would you like to send an email?
I love the way that your hand feels caressing the back of my neck.
I do miss the weird inflections that they used to have. It would be pretty funny. But yeah, I can remember my computer talking to me all the way back with like Windows 3.1, and like it was an accessibility area.
That was Steve Jobs prided himself in his stuff, having the cutting edge speech things. Oh boy, would he be pissed right now? I cannot tell you how much Steve Jobs would be pissed at. I mean, because he would have pivoted towards AI way earlier than Tim Cook, who was just trying to milk as much money out of the products that he had.
He probably would have bankrupted Apple.
Huh?
He probably would have bankrupted Apple again, chasing.
He might have. He might have, but
I don't know.
He was an older, wiser man, except for the whole holistic save me from, you know.
I don't want to speak ill of him, and I do understand.
No, I don't either.
Yeah, people who don't want to do chemo and stuff like that, it's not living. It's just dying more slowly with more pain for some cancers.
Yeah.
But I would say that, you know, his MO was, you know, the iPhone was a very big gamble. It really was. It paid off.
Oh my God. Yes.
But people forget that there were so many Apple products that did not pay off. And I think with AI, he would have chased, and because Apple has such a what do they have? They have like a ridiculous amount of cash or something like that.
Yeah, they do. They still do over 100 million.
But I'll be honest with you.
100 billion.
Apple's AI sucks. Like,
it's
annoying, and it gets in my way.
Like I said,
I'm mad.
He would have been pissed at anybody who would come out with any product that wouldn't be excellent for the customer.
Oh yeah, this is terrible. I literally got a 16 just so that I could do the Apple Intelligence, and it's It's awful.
Nothing. It's nothing. I don't even. I have a 14, and I don't even. I mean, we're only upgrading now our phones now because we really kind of have to. The batteries get to a certain point, the thing dims all the time, and it just
Like
you know
there's a
you
little button on the side here, so I can.
take pictures.
That goes to the pictures. There's something here that you can touch it, and it'll go to the Apple Intelligence. Hey, Apple Intelligence. Hey, Siri. Can you make me a list in a note for me that would be a standard to-do list for an author?
I'll need to use ChatGPT to write that. Should I go ahead?
Yeah. Oh, I like your accent. That was nice.
Thank you. Tra-la-la.
Let me explain something, okay? I had to ask, you know who, her name. I had to say her name. And I had to ask it to do a thing. And then it said, I have to use ChatGPT for that. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
I've done it.
Ooh, I don't know what you just said, but it sounded like the universe was censoring you. What did you just say?
I said I could have just gone to ChatGPT and done it. I might have been a little bit perturbed.
You were like,
yeah, I was. Yeah, I could have just gone to ChatGPT and done it.
It's to the it's just a sad thing. I don't. We could go on and on and on about this.
I can't hate on Siri for that. I'm supposed to clean my house and I have someone else do that. I'm sorry.
Well, someday coming like 10 years from now, it'll probably be a robot that's cleaning your house, picking up after. Yeah, me too.
But I've seen those. Asimov, they've actually been working on robots for that very reason, because the aging population, the baby boomers, as they age and stuff, like, we don't have enough people to take care of everyone.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And in order for the curve, which is the concave curve of population, that means more old people than young people. And when the population shrinks down to this,
then we'll need them to do work.
Yes. Yeah. They'll need to do work, because there'll be a lot of old people who can't do the work.
I agree with Kurt. I want Rosie of the Jetsons.
Yeah, she was a nice robot.
April goes, I need my own personal robot. Bring her here now.
I would love that. I really would. We are all very future forward, everybody. There may be some people be like, why would you want a killing machine inside of your house watching over your children?
I hate to break it to you, but the statistics say that, like, domestic violence, you may already have the killer in your house.
Yes. So that's such a Dateline statement. You were like, from a statistical point of view.
I mean, some of us just live in a different statistical world, Ekello. That's all I'm saying.
I hear you. And and every single thing has changed. The way we make music, the way we make art, and not even, no, that's a lie. The way we make art is probably still the same. The way we make media,
yes,
and the way that we disseminate things that are literally not as important or poignant or precious as art. You know, there are still the Martin Scorsese's, the Oppenheimers, the all these different
the movie. Okay.
Yes. Christopher Nolan. They're the Christopher Nolans of the world.
We weren't like just, I mean, yes,
there's the
amazing scientific things, but also really bad scientific things.
Bowie, Prince, all of these brilliant people who are still important, who if they were alive would still be making beautiful, wonderful art. But that's different.
No, because I think the technology has always been like that. So the art was going and seeing Bowie in person. The mass media content was the vinyl records and the CDs and the cassette tapes. Same thing with Prince. Prince was amazing. Do you know that when he went to the Symbol and he went on the tour, he put a CD with every single one of his concert ticket sales, so that his album was #1 on the Amazon on the Billboard charts. And then they were like, oh, you can't do that anymore. So it makes me laugh when people are like, oh, they would never commoditize art. I'm like, oh no, they did. They absolutely got paid, as they should. I
It
hate
was yeah.
the myth that you have to be a starving artist, or that
Uh,
you have to suffer for art. Like, why can't art be joy? Why can't it be the thing that brings you happiness and stability and sanity rather than the thing that tortures you?
I have watched several artists
Mhm.
really embrace the idea of using artificial intelligence, because what they can do is they can have a simple concept, right? And music, I'm thinking music. They can have a simple concept, and then they can riff off of that simple concept, kind of getting deeper and deeper into maybe the tones and melodies and different things like that that they really wanted to get to. But it makes it so that they can do it really, really quickly and iterate really quickly. They can pivot so much easier now than having to bring a whole bunch of people into a studio and figure out this thing. Now you can figure it out on your own and then go into the studio.
Yep.
Which is, and I don't think people are getting that. They're like, regular artists aren't going to like take Suno songs and then go into the studio. I'm telling you right now, I've already done it myself, where we had a song that we worked on, that somebody brought to the group, and it was this beautiful, soulful song. And we were like, well, it's good, but we need to change this, and we need to
Yeah.
change that, and we need to change this.
It
And
was
we
a
changed
draft.
right. And it was totally a draft of what the other person, who wasn't really like the piano-y type person, but it was a piano song. He was more of a guitar person. And he was like, I'll play this on the guitar, right? And then give it to Suno and say, instead of this being a guitar, I want it to be a piano. And it was this beautiful thing that he kind of gave to us. And then it changes to an organ at some point.
Mhm.
And then he gave it to us and he was like, what do y'all think? And we were like, we love it. We just need to change it. And he didn't have any problem with it, because the AI came up with a lot of the structure of the song, but he was able to a lot of the structure and the way that it was going through it, but he came up with the soul of it. He came up with the melody. He came up with all of the harmonies and stuff like that. And we just went off to the races. We were able to hack it up and nobody got mad. That's the thing.
That was another big thing Stacy and I found when we were co-writing with AI. We were able to come together and be on our best, like, critical selves, because neither one of us was heart hurt about the words. I was like, I hate this. Do you? And she's like, I don't care. And then she says, I don't like that line. I'm like, oh, I kind of liked it. And she's like, really, this? I was like, oh, well, how about we change it to this? Okay, cool. Move on. Like,
Yeah.
it was very smooth as far as a working process goes.
All right, then let's get to that part of the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to talk about collaboration. So how often have you had a good experience, Elizabeth, while collaborating?
Before AI?
Before AI.
I have a saying that when I die, I would like the people who were on group projects with me to be my pallbearers, so they can let me down one last time.
Oh,
And I don't think I'm alone.
oh.
I don't think I'm alone in that.
I remember listening to a Joanna Penn episode where her and a bunch of authors went on a train, and I think somebody in the podcast quipped that that was probably the only way you were going to get all four of us to get something done on the same project that quickly ever, was to put us all on a train, and while we're going to the place, we're all going and talking about the thing and then going back to our rooms and writing the thing.
Yeah,
And
and that's some of the greatest collaborations in history are, there was a forced proximity. This is going to sound like romance tropes. There was a forced proximity. There was a ticking time clock. There was a like a clearing of the decks so everybody could be there in their full fully invested their full attention to the project. That's usually the best collaborations. But I think what we did this month in our standalone classes, for example, what the topic of today is that, you know, it's all about this different productivity that you can now get with collaboration with AI. So if you are cool, I would love to show the classes, and then I would love to get into the new AI agents that are inside of Notion.
Ladies and gentlemen, as if like warm knife through butter, we transition to the next part of our evening. Now, the only reason I even brought up the collaboration thing is because we it's the baby syndrome thing. We're very, very, when we get invested in something, we don't want to change that thing. I've been having the hardest time working on my old stuff because I think it's so precious. I don't want to change it.
If I had written the line about him changing his sunglasses off of his nose for the sunglasses off of his head for the sunglasses, or changing the sunglasses off of his face for the sunglasses on his head or something like that, I would have thought I was clever in the moment, and I wouldn't want to kill that line. But because I can read that line as an editor, I can go like, what is this? This is a mess. We don't need Chad's sunglasses. Chad wears sunglasses. And
why is that a moment?
Why is that a moment? Unless you hate those sunglasses, you want to rip them off and break them.
Or the opposite.
Or he's like putting his sunglasses down and he's like,
yeah.
You didn't tell me we were staying at the Blair Witch Airbnb. But that doesn't even make any sense. Then so not Chad. Chad's not that clever.
Just saying. Know thy script.
Yeah.
Know the thing that you're writing.
An idiot.
All right. So okay.
Not all Chads.
Not all Chads, everybody. I hope the God I love there's a lot of ouches and laughing and stuff.
Oh yeah, they've heard that from me before. That's not the
first. I know what that was. That the little statement
that was
about
let them down one last time.
I wanted to be my pallbearer so they could let me down one last time.
Woo,
that's some
because here's what it was: either they weren't competent, or I just didn't trust them with my grade. One of the two. I was doing the work.
Yeah.
Either they were lazy and they didn't want to do the work, or they wanted to do the work. And I was like, yeah, I'm not getting your grade. You're going to get my grade.
Do we have the list of
I do. I'm ready to show. So
okay.
All of your links are down in the description, as always. And in your notes, I'm just going to say, seriously, what are you waiting for? Accelerator's $249 a month, and you get all the classes and your first draft and a free Dino token each month. So the Accelerator is really the best deal out there. But the standalone classes this month, the coupon code is Bookcamp. It expires October 5th, so you have a few weeks. We have Don't Be Perplexed with Perplexity, Serialization for Authors, and then How to Make a Horror Dossier, just in time for Halloween. So that one's a really cool class. So let's start with the Perplexity. Share this tab instead. So here is the Don't Be Perplexed with Perplexity. This is a class with Stacy, and she is showing you how to use Perplexity. Has had a lot of updates since we last kind of talked about it, I think about 6 months to a year ago. I was at NINC, which is happening right now. I was at NINC on a panel last year when someone was saying, yeah, use ChatGPT for your research. I'm like, please don't use ChatGPT for your research. Please don't. Please use Perplexity, where it actually cites its things. And there's a great video on the Nerdy Novelist where Jason shows off using Perplexity because he uses it kind of in a agentic way with his tasks and everything like that. So Stacy breaks it all down for you. How to do the searching, the deep research workflows, the labs and agents, how to build auto-running apps, the weekly trend reports, custom dashboards, and then also how to use the new Comet browser to analyze YouTube videos, websites, and PDFs on the fly. This is a game changer. So while the majority of the world is in the author world are just catching up with custom GPTs and going to conferences and learning how to make their own custom GPT, which is like 2 years ago. Perplexity is really what's on the cutting edge here in terms of going that one step up in being nimble as a one person publishing machine. So there you go. Go ahead.
You're funny.
I'm serious. I have to be in, like, people are excited about learning how to make custom GPTs. And I'm like, okay, enjoy.
Yeah, I have to say, even last November with the custom GPT thing, I was like, this is kind of old, y'all. I
Yes,
mean,
it was old last year, and they're still recycling it and trotting it out. Like, come on.
I mean, you could everything that you can do in a custom GPT, you can do in a project. I mean, literally everything.
Everything you can do in a custom GPT, you can do in the playground. You can do with just one chat,
Yeah,
like with a system prompt. It basically, like I hate to break it to everyone, but a custom GPT is just it's just a system prompt.
with some rag thrown in for a
Yeah.
good measure, which happens to also be the exact same thing. It was like when they made projects, it was like they were trying again. You know what I mean?
So Jay has a good question of like, not like how, but for what. So let me show you something that Stacy made that's really cool that she shows you how to do. I'm going to hopefully have, you know what? I think I have the right, maybe I have the right domain name. Give me 1 second here. This is really cool. Maybe
This is really cool.
it was after, I think it was this one. Nope, that was Discord. Okay. Stacey, I need the link to the Dorothy Gale. I had it. Do you know what I'm talking about? She gave us the link to the thing.
Hey, are we futzing? Can we futz with that yet?
Yeah, we can play with it. I was just going to pull it up.
No, I'm saying Wizard of Oz. Is that all?
Oh yeah, that's been public domain for a very long time. Okay,
Has
so
it?
here we go. I got it. So this is one that she set up. And so there's a bunch of sources and everything like that for Dorothy. And in the class, she walks you through all of this thing. So you could actually create something for your individual characters. Like, this is where I'm seeing where the growth is going to be. It's not going to be a codex or even like a super worksheet for a series. I think we're going to end up making things like this where you can actually talk to your character and all of that. So, for example, this is the Dorothy Gale character role play. So it's got all the information about Dorothy. So I can go ahead and say, Dorothy, in the book, what color are your slippers? It should say silver, but of course it's going to say ruby. Folks often think of ruby slippers from that Technicolor movie, but in Mr. Baum's story, I wore sparkling silver shoes, and they were the reason I could finally make my way back home to Aunt Em and Uncle Henry in Kansas. How did the silver slippers feel? Oh, those silver slippers felt magical and sturdy all at once, hugging my feet tight so I wouldn't lose them while skipping down the yellow brick road. Though they sparkled under the Oz sunshine, they never pinched or made my toes ache, and somehow I could walk for hours without tiring, as if a gentle enchantment helped me along my way. Wearing them made me feel braver, even when danger was near, and even though I didn't know their secrets for the longest time, somehow they offered comfort with every step I took through that marvelous land. So, and it'll actually show you where it pulled the information to actually make that response. You're able to see this, right?
Yes.
And then you're even able to see for how do the silver shoes compare to Dorothy's ruby slippers and symbolism, which that has to do with the silver panics and all of that during L. Frank Baum. But so you're going to be taught how to do that so that you can take your books and turn it into an actual queer thing that you can query to find out what was the name of your maid in book 8? What was the name of the spell that you vanquished the troll with in book 3?
Yeah, especially if you have huge books, you know what I mean, where you have like 120,000 word epic Anderson-esque sort of epic fantasy sci-fi, hell, epic romance. I hear that's a thing too.
And these are the kinds of tools that allow you to take one step further with the AI in terms of brainstorming. If you're just asking the chatbots or a custom GPT, I talk about that being like a 2-dimensional thing. When you actually query something that's got like a RAG system attached to it, like this with the Perplexity research things do with all those documents and stuff, it will add an extra dimension of layers of emotion and feeling and, try to hallucinate and extrapolate, which then gets your creative juices going so that you can be thinking about that next step. Because a lot of times when people work with AI, they take what they get and they're like, oh, that's so cool. But if you're not really unique in your prompting and injecting random words, like we inject random words in our story pitch every YFD. Why? Because otherwise, if all of us right now ask ChatGPT for a cozy mystery in Denver, we're all going to get pretty much a similar premise unless we have injected some random or variation or our own je ne sais quoi into the prompt. And
oh my God, you did not just say je ne sais quoi. I was totally thinking je ne sais quoi. Oh my God, I am not joking.
People skip it. They skip it, you know? They go, oh,
Well,
let me grab these prompts from someone and I'm just going to use those prompts. And they
yeah.
don't bring anything to the table.
Well, but see, and this was exactly what happened with my wife. She looked at the thing, and because she's already a like designer, creative person in the first place, she looked at the thing and went, no, 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 no. Oh, you know what I could do? And that happens to all of us, not because the AI is great for just stimulating the synapses so that you can start going down one way or the other, going down one road or the other road. So,
Yep. This class in that same vein is serialization for authors. This one was taught by Steph, the amazing Steph. And it is all about how, like, you get the history of serialization. How do you keep everything straight with AI? How do you use AI to write these, these tighter things? Because let's face it, the AI these days, if it can tell something in 25 words, it's going to. They're very verbose. So it's all those strategies and stuff like that, how to get to the punch, how to get to the cliffhanger, how to have a strong opening, and then prompt templates that you can use in ChatGPT and Claude or Raptorwrite, and then even how you can generate social media graphics in Canva. So it's got 6 weekly video walkthroughs, the download class notes, hands-on homework assignments, so you can craft your 3-season synopsis for plotting episodes 1 through 10, and you'll build your outline in real time. And then you can take those outlines and episodes 1 through 10, you could even bring that into your first draft if you wanted to and run those episodes.
oh yes, you could.
Yep. So you get lifetime access to all 6 classes, the video recordings, the AI prompt library, and that's where everything is in here. So you have everything, the serial spreadsheet, how do you plan the long-term story arc? That's like the trickiest thing is when people are planning, they often can see like the beginning of the story and the end of the story, but it's very hard to plan a serialization because you have to keep up. You have to keep it going. You have to make it a roller coaster. You have to do ups and downs.
You have to cliffhanger it. You have to resolve the cliffhanger in the beginning of the next episode. You have to be able to have all the drama that happens in the middle of the episode still be things. Yes. I loved this course. I loved this course. I was there when she did it live. And it was very nice.
And then we have this amazing how to make a horror dossier just in time. And we have a lot of people who always ask about how to do horror. And Cassie is here to show you how to get through all of the cool things about horror that those of us who don't read it do not know that the genre has. From everything about the consistency and the atmosphere, how she also touches on how to write trauma-aware horror, how to scare your audience without crossing into exploitation or the gratuitous violence. But yeah, she is brilliant where it comes to, like, she makes me want to like horror books and horror movies, and I can't because I get nightmares. But she went ahead and gave you all these prompts and the templates and everything like that. And so you'll be able to make a story dossier that you can use in your first draft with Easy Peasy Book Machine, or you can use it in your first draft and just upload it in there to write horror.
Sinners is about as horror-y as I can get.
What is?
Sinners. The Ryan Coogler movie about vampires, and believe you me, it ain't very. The horror people were like, it's not very horror. I'm like, yeah, I liked it.
Yep. And so something about our classes, and I want to make it clear to everyone, we have the ha philosophy, highly actionable, hardly anything. You're never going to buy a course from the FFA that is padded with hours and hours of stuff just so that we padded the class with hours and hours of stuff. We want you to get in, get what you need, and get out and go do. That's what we're here for. So we try to keep most of our classes 1 to 2 hours long that are the standalone classes, unless it's something big like the serialization. But the whole point is to get you going. My favorite horror movie is Final Destination because it scares the bejesus out of me.
Yeah, that was a good one back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was still young enough to be able to tolerate those sorts of things.
So again, these classes are, I believe, $99, $149, and $199. You get 50% off with boot camp. But again, you can get all of these classes if you just join the Accelerator. The Accelerator is $249 a month. You get every month's standalone classes because you actually get them first. You get them before anybody else does, because we develop everything inside of the Accelerator.
Right.
Which is now just synonymous with the Mastermind. The Accelerator Mastermind, it is one thing. You no longer have to wait. So if you join the Accelerator, you get access to the Mastermind right away. You get access to your first draft right away. People have written over 1,500 books with your first draft. 1,500.
And we haven't even released it to the general public.
No, we're actually thinking about doing another boot camp and opening it to maybe 50 to 100 more people next month, or maybe at the end of the month. We're working on scaling. And the other cool thing about your first draft that's coming, the new feature, is being able to go one chapter at a time for an extra half token. So if your 30 chapters one would be 1.5 tokens, you'd pay 2 tokens to be able to go one chapter at a time and to be able to rerun those chapters. Like you can rerun each chapter once. And it's a one-way train though, people, because we want you to get books done.
Now, remember, the way that your first draft, this just occurred to me, the way that your first draft works, as you run the chapter and it stops, it gives you an opportunity to go and edit that chapter. Look at the chapter.
Coming.
No. I'm saying when that comes, that will be an obvious thing that's going to happen, is that you will be able to go in and edit it as you go, so that by the time you get to the end of that run, so you could spend the whole day, because that would actually be a very good use of an author's time.
I actually have plans. I have plans for a morning session of like in an hour, get my 3 to 5 chapters done for the day, close it up, come back the next day, run the next couple of chapters. But
oh my God, that is really efficient writing right there.
What used to be 3 to 5 chapters a day for me to dictate and clean up, it would take me at least 30 minutes per chapter. It would take me about an hour and a half per chapter. So that would be about 8 hours of work for 5 chapters. And now I think I would probably be able to get that done in 1 to 3 hours and then move on with my day.
Yes. And then every day like when you were writing.
Yep.
Instead of doing 1 chapter or 2 chapters in a day, you could probably do 4 or 5 chapters in a day, and really have and really speed up everything about your process, but still have complete control if you want.
Oh my gosh, Jay, speaking of YFD, we'll strip for Dino tokens.
Ooh, hello. Wow. Oh, that's a bold one right there.
That is a bold one, Jay. Just for the record, Future Fiction Academy is not a brothel or a strip joint. We do not accept sexual favors in exchange for
Dino tokens.
Dino tokens.
Our lawyers made us say that.
We have to say that.
Literally.
But at any rate, there's a fine line between making your first draft just a replacement for Raptor Write, where you can run these things. Oh, and that's the other thing that's coming. The new Raptor Write Plus is going to be going out to the Accelerator Mastermind people probably at the end of next week. I'll be adding stuff to the schedule. Yeah.
Remember back in the day, we said we are never going to touch Raptor Write again. Well, we learned our lesson. We learned that it's a great, robust program that we can kind of control the progress and make it really a beautiful, wonderful thing that's still completely and utterly free to everybody who wants it. And with all of the same things that we were doing before, where you can bring your own API key, you can turn on and off folders, you can turn on and off the individual documents. It's all still going to be there. It's just going to be more refined and look a lot better, where the new design is so cool. I'm loving the new design.
Oh, you haven't even seen. So we now have so when people are able to see this, and this will be coming to probably the Friday Live next week or the week after, so one of the reasons we had to go back to Raptor Write is we love our friends at Plot Drive.
Oh
They're
yeah.
doing a really cool thing with co-writer,
Yep.
but we like to do our automations and stuff a little bit differently, in the FFA. Ours are more designed for writing books, and just like they're very specific and genre specific and things like that. And with the press, we realized, this goes back to the story of the press. Listen, we started with Plot Drive back in November of last year. It wasn't until April of this year that we even realized we needed your first draft. That's that story where Stacy and I, we tried to use Plot Drive and Raptorite, and we tried to write books as fast as we could, and we hated it because it was still so much button clicking. It was still so much toggle everything on. Okay, run. Toggle. Okay, now move this. Okay, and it's like we're doing the same things over and over and over again. Why can't we? And then we started automating with N8N, and we learned that.
Actually, we were doing all of that was happening at the same time.
Yeah.
The N8N thing. And so that was just a kernel that kept sticking in the back of their heads that they could truly automate stuff. So I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, no, it's fine. We abandoned N8N when we realized it wasn't stable. It's great for an individual person doing automations and stuff like that. It's just not robust enough to scale. It's a little too...
To build a business around.
Yeah, like, Claude 3 came out, or was it 3 or 4? 4? 4.
Mm-hmm.
Claude 4 came out, and it wasn't even in the list in the drop down, and you couldn't manually override. You couldn't, you had to just wait a few weeks before they would add that in there. So, will Plot Drive still be included with Accelerator? No. Plot Drive, for those who purchased a year and stuff like that, they have their Plot Drive, but we can't because it's an education thing. We can't control what Plot Drive is going to do feature wise and everything like that. And we have to get busy on craft education. And so we want our classes to match our software. And we didn't know. I mean, we didn't know. You sometimes don't know until you try. So here's the cool thing. There is now going to be a Nexus. The Nexus is really cool because all of your files will live in the Nexus. So you can go from your first draft to the Nexus, and then the Nexus to Raptorite. Then you'll also be able to go from the Nexus to our marketing tool. And what's great is that the Accelerator Mastermind people, they get these tools as soon as they're done. And we try to keep, where we can, we're going to have people use their own key, or they can use Dino tokens. We do not have any plans to let you use your own key for your first draft, and that is because the prompting is very complicated to run it all. And if you don't have money on your account, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that customer service.
Yeah.
It's just, it gets too...
It's complicated and people will get butthurt.
Yeah.
It's the simplest way I can put it.
Yeah. So Plot Drive was always a complimentary thing inside of the Accelerator. Now you have your first draft and Roomy, and
don't get me wrong, still amazing software.
Yes.
Still absolutely amazing software, easy to use and intuitive and stuff like that. But for the ecosystem and the way that we were building things in the background, it's really your first draft's fault. Once it became a viable way to actually create, it was the first couple of books that I created out of it that made me go, because I had the whole first draft there, and all I had to do was go through and go, ooh, ooh, and then change, ooh, and then change this and that, and just go through it methodically, and make notes of when things happen and stuff like that, and just write it down. And it was very liberating. It was very, very liberating, and sped up my everything for me. So we'll be able to import Markdown and stuff like that?
Yeah. You'll be able to import you already can import Markdown now into the new Raptorite. You can take a file straight from, you can actually take folders now and bring it into Raptorite. I saw that this morning with Joseph.
Wow.
The other big thing about Raptorite is that you can save your prompts. That is a new feature coming to Raptorite Plus, that you can save your prompts, and the prompts will have hotkeys. And as you move the prompts around, that's your hotkey. So you can just go da-da-da 0, da-da-da 1. I think it is Command Alt 1, Command Alt 2. Yeah.
Ooh.
So you can be like a keyboard warrior with your prompts and have each prompt has its own shortcut code. So you know your sequence that you're running.
Oh my gosh, you could run the easy peasy book machine.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And also you have a variable called last response that will inject into the prompt anytime you want to, so that you can actually build like sequencing and things like that, like read last response. Now go ahead and do this. And we're going to eventually have it where it'll write that into a different document for you. So what is eventually going to be building out is that RaptorWrite is the step-by-step sequencer that everyone will be able to do their own YFD if they are so inclined. And then YFD is available for everybody, that you, for everybody who doesn't want to necessarily get that nitty gritty with it, and they just want the sequencing to run on their own. So you can pants with RaptorWrite, you can write with RaptorWrite. RaptorWrite's also going to be able to export into Fountain for script writers. So we're still partnering with the 1111 Media, which
Make sure,
Creator
ladies and
Academy.
gentlemen, make sure, ladies and gentlemen, that you go over to 1111 Media Creator Academy. I have a link in the description? I might not, actually. I will be putting a link in the description right now. But that being said, we are still working our way through our book trailer class right now over at 1111 Media. And we have quite a few students who are really, they're going, they're learning how to make films. They're actually learning. This is it's like this covert way for us to teach y'all how to make films, so that when you actually go and turn your own stuff into it, you can understand the idea and the way that you should be thinking about adaptation. So definitely, I'm going to drop.
Yeah, I talked with Ben today. You guys got some really exciting things cooking. We're not going to talk about them. He'll be back in like a week or two, and he'll be showing off some cool stuff, and we'll be able to see some really cool things with 1111 Media.
Yeah, I'm actually working on a short film that a little short, like funny skit thing that I'm making with Runway Act 2, so that I've got the script all worked out in my mind. I just have to write it all down.
Yeah, so 1111 Media Creator Academy right now is the cheapest it's ever going to be. It's $1,000 for 3 classes: the intro, the how to make book trailers, and then how to make an audiobook movie, so that you can have like video audiobooks for YouTube. So
and think about your audiobooks not being boring, and you have the person completely engaged in watching the entire 2 to 3 hours worth of your novella, or you're putting it out an episode at a time, and you're having these great visuals for people to just lock in on. You are going to love this class. Ben has really taken his time to make sure that it isn't an obsolete class before it's even put out. He's trying to make it as evergreen as he possibly can, while also showing you some of the cutting edge.
he told me today, he was like, there's a part of the intro that's already changed. I was like, I told you, I warned you. He's like, I got to go find my shirt that I was wearing for that. I was like, no, you don't. Just wear a different shirt.
Yep, and inject it in. Yep. So, I agree.
Oh, this is a good question. Felicia Justin is, what is RaptorWrite versus RaptorWrite Plus? So RaptorWrite Plus is the free upgrade everybody's getting that will have things in the cloud, saving your prompts. And the prompt sets are really cool too, because the prompts are files. So like I can make a whole bunch of prompts, save it as a file, and give you that file, and you can just upload it, and all your prompts are made, versus the copying and pasting and making your prompts individually and all of that. It's really making RaptorWrite Plus a teaching tool. It's designed to teach authors how to write, because I'm here to teach people how to fish. I don't want to be fishing for you all the time. Please, no. You learn how to fish, and you fish for yourself, because I got my own fishing to do over here. The press did 11 books last month. Out
11, y'all. One press.
Yeah.
And it's your first month.
Yes. We already had 4 books this week turned in by our new FFP writers. I'm working on a 3-book series in the book camp, which is another thing I wanted to talk about. Join the Accelerator if for no other reason that you can watch all of my book camp from last week, where I did planning out a 3-book women's fiction series, which is it's being elongated. It's going to last into October too. Stacy starts tomorrow. Who's going to be at Stacy's? First of all, who's going to be at 1111 Creator Academy at 10 a.m.
7 in the morning.
No,
10 a.m.
Eastern.
Yes, that's right.
At noon, you should be in the book camp room because Stacy's going to be kicking off her 3-book hockey romance with YFD.
That should give you about a half hour. Should give you about a half hour between classes. Come over to the 1111 Media Creator Academy. There are links in the description below. And if you sign up, it helps out the Future Fiction Academy also by clicking that link and signing up for the Academy. This is the cheapest it's ever going to be. And you're going to learn you're going to learn so many fundamentals on how to make films and how to write scripts, how to think about your project that you want to build that is multimedia or has actors. You're going to learn how to edit, meaning that you're going to learn how to use DaVinci Resolve, because I'm working on a class that will be doing that. So you'll be able to come over and purchase that one too at some point. We have a lot of stuff headed your way from the 1111 Media Creator Academy.
Yeah.
All right.
We got to work on the name. 1111 MCA.
I've been thinking of 1111 MCA for a while.
1111 MCA.
Yeah.
I talked to Ben today, and I'm really excited about it and what's happening with that whole thing. But the what was I going to say? There was something else that I was going. Oh yeah, so yeah, Stacy's book camp kicks off tomorrow.
Thank you, Kimberly.
Ben, yeah, I shared that too. So you'll have a class with Ben at 10. If that's too early for you or it's the middle of the night for you, it repeats at 4:00. I think he does it at Eastern time.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then book camp is noon and 8 p.m. tomorrow. And also with the Accelerator, I mean, we just have so many exciting things going on because we're doing Raptorite Plus, but then Carlo is working on a Raptorite version that looks like Scrivener had a baby with Raptorite, and it's really pretty.
It really is pretty. It really is pretty. And we're going to call that something different too.
No, we're not. It's going to be Raptorite
Plus.
It'll be Raptorite Cloud.
Something different.
Yeah. But I remember now why. With the 1111 Media Creator Academy, if you buy it now, you have it when he upgrades it, like when he updates those classes. Like you have lifetime access, and as he's updating those classes and raising the price of them, because let me tell you something: every mother, brother, Tom, Jerry, Susie out there who wants to learn, like next year and the year after that, they're all going to want to learn AI movies and AI video. And you have the opportunity to learn from someone who's already been doing AI movies in the industry. Like he lost a job to AI, and then his next project, he had to use AI on it. So
Yep. And he's an Emmy Award winner. He knows story. I've been sitting in there learning so much about craft. Again, another type of craft. You can never learn enough, and you can never learn enough about story, because it's like Othello. It takes a moment to learn and a lifetime to really master, to really be able to. There's so much about story, and this will give you another.
The game, go.
No, I mean the game Othello.
But the game, it's the white and the black pieces.
Yeah.
Okay. When you said Othello, I was thinking it was like the Shakespearean play.
Of course, did.
It's like Othello, and I was like,
of course you did. I am old enough to remember the advertisements. It takes a moment to learn and a lifetime to master.
Yeah, that's it's go.
Oh, Mel was like, I thought Shakespeare too.
It's actually one of the oldest games in the world.
They just renamed it Othello.
Yes, when Milton Bradley, it had that black. It was like a dark blocks with the green, like the green background or whatever, and then the little there. Yeah,
I loved that thing. I loved it.
Shakespeare.
I love to play. Me and my dad played a lot of it. like a lot. I never beat them. I beat them once.
I'm not patient enough for it. Same thing with chess. But
Well, you could see you could see the board too far ahead. You know, if you
I
do
can
this,
see my butt losing. Absolutely.
yeah,
That
it's
was not a
annoying.
problem.
And it would be after like the first or second move.
Yeah, you're like, I'm dead.
Yeah, because you have the forced chips down, and then you do a thing, and then the other person either
I took
does
a corner, and I was going for the corner, and I shouldn't have, and now I'm dead.
yeah, and now you're dead.
Now you dead.
And the thing
Everything's
starts becoming
over.
white. You're the black chip, and everything becomes white as you go. Ah! I know. My dad used to hook me up. Oh man. Ugh.
My dad and I used to play checkers a lot.
Well,
But yeah, so lots to learn. Everything is going to multimedia. Everything is going to, we're be able to reach readers and viewers directly. You don't have to wait for a movie deal for your book anymore. Like, that's the reality we're moving towards. You don't have to wait for some Hollywood producer to be like, hey, can we pay you $1,000 to option your book? And then we'll sit on it for 3 to 5 years, and we'll just keep optioning it, and you'll keep hoping it gets turned into a movie. But even when it gets turned into a movie, then we're going to say, oh, but we can't find the funding, or now distribution's broken.
Now I have to tell you, over at 1111, we did our first live stream this Wednesday. Thank you for the 2 people that showed up. I appreciate you really a whole lot. That was way more people than I had on my first live stream.
Let us know, and we'll put it in the newsletter, my dude.
I will. We do it every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so, yes,
we were teaching this Wednesday. That's why.
Huh?
I teach Wednesdays at 8:00 Eastern a lot of times. That's when I do my evening madness. So it's my fault. I had like 60 people in the room because we were doing a bonus session on book camp.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm not mad.
I didn't know you had a live stream.
No, we are an independent entity from the Future Fiction Academy. Sometimes
but we want to help.
Yes. I will we'll talk about that in a second. But what is interesting about that is that in the live stream that we did, we saw from this person named Neural Viz on X, one of the best films, Elizabeth. I will find the link to it, everyone, and I will drop it in the description. But put the
link to the live stream at the bottom of the description. Go get the link to your live stream so people can go watch it.
Oh, okay. I mean, I can do that. I mean, I know how to do that. I mean, I do.
I know. All right. So I think we've done all the business. I think it's time to play with some Notion.
All right, everyone. It's Notion time.
Now,
I was gonna do a cheesy intro. Elizabeth's about to take you to a new level, a new place, a new dimension. Notion.
I'm not. This thing is like less than 48 hours old, and your girl is busy these days. And I got to chapter 15 and editing my book that's 140,000 words.
Busy.
Yeah, I'm busy. So I watched a little bit of video on it, but I haven't really played with it much. So this is actually a good thing because we're just going to go play with it.
All right.
We're going to go test how intuitive it is.
And everybody, here is the link to the live stream from yesterday. And in that live stream, I'm pretty sure that I have the link to the actually, no, I will have the link to the movie that we watched in the description of that one. So you can check out the movie, check out our live stream, and then check out the movie. Okay, Elizabeth, here you go.
Okay, so I'm in our Notion, and I made this earlier, this novel chapters thing. Now, how many of you remember the old days of Rexy and the database?
Yeah.
But remember the database we used to have to make that people could duplicate and all of that for like managing your book?
Yeah.
Okay, so watch this. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to go to this little guy over here, and I can attach images. I can attach files. I'm going to say, hey, I wrote a 40-chapter book called The Tidewater Witches. I need a database to help me regulate the editing. I need to note who is the point of view character. And I'm going to put in parentheses that it's either Amanda, Jen, or Naomi. I need a status, raw AI, edited, final, hot mess. And I need to be able to summarize it. And here is the markdown file of the whole manuscript. I don't know if it can do this or not. We're going to test. Can you break each file, each chapter, into its own page on the database? And let's see. I'm going to go ahead and attach the markdown. So in the Tidewater series, book 1, I'm working with the ChatGPT 5.1, and it doesn't look like it'll take a markdown file, so I can't do that one. So I'd have to do a PDF. So we won't do that part. But
Oh, are you paying for this?
This is the AI. So we have Notion AI. It's like an add-on for your Notion account, which many people have. So yeah, it is a paid feature, but it is cool to watch because just to do this was a whole class that we still have in the FFA. And like, it would take probably an hour to set it all up.
Oh, this makes a database to, my
going to make
God.
Yeah, it can. I see that you already have a novel chapters. Let me view it and see its current structure, then update it to match your editing workflow needs. That's almost like, let me update it to match it. So it's just fixing it because it saw that it was on the page, but it made it from scratch. So if I open this
so
up,
you put the whole novel in there?
I haven't yet. It just built this all for me. So that I can go to edit view and I can go to,
oh my gosh. This is great. Oh, all those gurus that used to spend so much time teaching people how to do Notion. You're done.
Yeah, so if I do a new page, I can call this Dot's birthday. I can do its chapter 1. I can go point of view character. This should be a drop down, and it is. So it put those characters in there. So it's from Amanda. The status, I can say that it's edited. And as soon as I did that, it moved to edited here. So chapter 1 is here. And for the summary, let's see if I can open this. I'm going to open this whole thing for the side peek.
Wow,
and then
this is for a business.
Yeah, this is the summary. If I want to edit the property and I want to make it AI, I think I can. Let's see here. Add property. Did they get rid of the AI ones?
Interesting.
Hold on. Oh, it's suggesting genre and feedback. So it's actually making smart suggestions in the moment of like what you should do. I think I can just edit this thing and type. It should be AI, but I don't know where they moved that to. So I'll have to find that out because that's interesting. Customize the layout.
What if they...
What? This is really cool. You could even make it look like much better too. So I can have comments. I can have the content here.
Wow, this is... I used to crib people's templates off of them.
I know, this is pretty sexy. I like it. So what happens?
You can't add an AI. Oh, maybe it's because the AI now is present on the chat side,
I'm
and
going to ask,
so
how do I make the summary field an AI field? And it says cooking. I don't have the tools to convert a data process. The AI field feature. Okay, wait. The AI field feature in Notion allows you to automatically generate content using AI prompts, but this requires using Notion's native interface. Here's how you do it manually. Create your not up chapters. Click on summary column header. Change the property type from text to AI. You'll see this option in the property type drop down.
no, you won't.
Maybe I didn't find it. So let me go here, and I'm going to go to change the property type. So edit property, type, text, number, select, multi-select, status, date, person.
Oh, this thing
checkbox.
looks a little different already. Nope, it's still not there. That is a update that they need to give their AI in their training data.
I don't have an AI field under type.
Here we go.
Let's see what it says. It's going to be like, well, you're right. Oh, but I used to have it.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Type AI in the summary field. Okay, so that's what we'll do. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to see if this still works, what we used to do. So I'm going to come over to RaptorWrite. I'm going to go get chapter 1. Oh, here, let me share this tab instead.
I was going to say, we can't see.
I know. So I got it here. This is from Amanda's point of view. I am going to go to back to here, share this tab instead, and I'm going to type that in, and I'm going to paste it. So that's the chapter 1 that's there. And then in this one, I'm going to go /AI. Yeah, let me try adding a property and see if I can get one.
Do that up in the thing. Go all the way up to, in the property name. Just type in AI /AI or.
No, that's the property name, not the type. So I wonder if they got rid of it because maybe it's something on our thing that we have to do.
Nah, so, I bet they got rid of it because you have that thing in the corner now.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try this. I'm just gonna go AI block new.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That was super not intuitive.
Nope.
I cannot. That was so bad. Jeez Louise, that was so bad.
Yeah. But this actually gives you a lot more options here. So I can have the AI and it's a custom, page summary. It's like built in now. Okay. And then you can also tell it that it's using specified so you have automatic RAG. You could, if I do specified context, I could with context. So I could say which ones I want. Like, so Dot's birthday, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3.
Oh, dear God.
Search all Notion. You can also connect Slack. You can also connect different things to it.
I think that this thing is, you could build a database automation thing in there.
Uh-huh.
Huh. Yeah.
I'm just saying,
I'm not gonna
your AI content will be generated here. Click to set up. So I will generate.
Is this the summary?
Yeah. So I got the summary. I can copy that. I can click out of it. And I can paste it here. It's not as cool as the last one, but it is cool that you could do a summary of each one. And I bet you could schedule it so that it has to do that. Nope, don't do that. I want to.
Interesting.
There we go. So I could literally have the summary here in the very beginning of it.
Oh, do me a favor, everyone. While Elizabeth is in the middle of the mix, y'all are being thoroughly entertained. Please remember to do me a favor and like and subscribe. Do you know how many people are not subscribed to that watch this very broadcast on Fridays? And if you subscribe and you like you and hit the notification bell, we will show you many things in the future of the Academy.
Let's see what it can do, shall we? So I'm going to say this is from Jen's point of view because it's up at the top.
Right.
I'm going to see how smart it is. So I'm going to paste this in. And I'm going to go ahead and say, let's be a little extra. Let's go ahead and get chapter 3 and chapter 4.
Are you depositing you're depositing all of the text to the chapter inside of one of the sub databases?
Yeah, I'm basically making this a open, and here is chapter 3, which is from Amanda's point of view. So you can see me pasting it, right?
Right.
Okay, and then I'll do a new one, which is chapter 4. And this is where this is actually like an assistant. This is why, well, we'll talk after. But I knew that this kind of tooling was coming, and I'm so glad it's here, because watch this. So I'm pretty sure this can do this. So this is 2, 3, and 4.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to tell it, hey, so I put in chapters 2, 3, and 4. Can you please update them for the point of view character? And the status is edited. Actually, no, the status is hot mess. Hot mess. And can you create an AI block at the top of each page to do a summary of it, and then paste that summary into the summary field? So that's 3 chapters that it should be able to process and just update. So it's searching them. They found them. So it's updating.
I love the exclamation point. I found them.
It picked the point of view characters. It's moving them down to hot mess. It did the status. And now it's going ahead and it's doing all of the summary blocks. I guess I can't put those blocks in. However, I encountered an issue when trying to add the AI summary blocks. Oh, so it's updating it. Oh my gosh.
It really did do it. That's a pretty good agent.
Yeah. And this is out of the box without me learning how to do anything. This is just me building on things that we did before. So it said that it added it in there. So Tyler's call, here's the summary box. It did not make it a summary box. It doesn't know about the field yet. So what I could do is I could probably put it as a template and put the blocks in there. So hold on a minute. Let me add an AI block. Okay, so that's what I needed to do. It needs to use the AI block. No, I need you to use the new AI block and page summary feature at the top of chapters 2, 3, and 4. You can see an example in chapter 1.
Where's chapter 1?
It's in the same thing. So it's looking at it. It's looking at Dot's birthday. Oh my gosh. This thing is actually an assistant.
It said it pondering, and then it said noodling, and now it's saying updating. Oh. Undefined. Oh. Undefined followed by. Is this thing
all
really?
Right. Let's see what it did. So I'm going to close this out and I'm going to open up Gen. Undefined, undefined. So it's still new and it's not understanding that, but
What
so
happened to the AI block? Didn't it
it
copy?
didn't understand it. Yeah. So I'm just going to put the AI block in there and say done. Yeah, it's a little bit longer.
Pretty
So
comprehensive.
what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to delete this. Delete. I'm going to come into Dot's birthday. I'm going to duplicate and move to Tyler's call. Open up Tyler's call.
Here's Jen.
Oh, it's at the it's going to be at the bottom. Yeah, it's at the bottom. Boop, 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 boop. So yeah, I'm going to have to make this a template, I think. Stacy and I will crack this. We'll work on it. Or we'll talk to them and be like, hey, you're dumb. this shit, you took away functionality that we liked. The settings, yeah, that's done. Current page only, done. And then I can click generate. And so now it's generating afresh for just Tyler's call. So I can do the same thing, duplicate, move to funeral arrangements. Oh, and then the call. So that's, I mean, we're going to have to make a template, I think. But regardless, I was able to put a whole bunch of chapters in there, copy and paste and say, hey, this one's hot mess. Go find the point of view character, fill that in. And it was able to do that. And it was also able to write chapter titles for those chapters, which they don't have. They don't currently have chapter. I didn't make them.
So you already had hot mess in there and already had all of that stuff? Raw
No,
AI?
it added all of that in there. It made all of that. It made the point of view character. It made the status.
It made the status
made
of hot
all
mess.
of this. So I'm going to show you how to do this in a new page. So that way we can do this in a brand new page. So I'm going to copy this. It basically told me you already have one. So let me show you how this works in our new page. So I'm going to go with create a new page, AI testing, and I'm going to open him up. And I'm going to go new AI chat. So you can also go back to a previous chat that you had so that you can go back into the, so it even has like a history of your chats, just like that. And it knows that it's doing it at the AI testing. So it's telling it what page to do it in. So I'm going to put this here and there's nothing on this page.
All right. So it's, hey, I wrote it says, hey, I wrote a 40 chapter book called Title War of the Witches and database. We regularly editing. I need to note who is the point of view character. So it has no access to anything. You haven't pasted any new information in there. Just giving
no, it just made it. I need word count calculated from when I paste the chapter into the body of the page.
Does it have a word count calculator?
I don't
or is
know,
it gonna,
I'm going to find out.
Don't have the tools to automatically calculate words. External word count. Use your writing software. Yeah, it's in there. It's in there. Nah. Girl, why you asking me to do all that stuff? That's what they're saying. Just like that. Girl.
I don't have the tools to create a formula property that would pull that word count data into your database table. Can't access the page content word directly. Still, I can create a word count number field. Okay. Make the field. And as soon as I do that, and I close this out, it's working. And it made the word count field.
Danny says, my boss says noodling or let's noodle on it.
Yeah. So, and then here's what the cool thing is. If I'm here, when I get to this part, the drop down is Amanda, Jen, and Naomi from what I said in my chat. And then the status is raw AI edited final. It left out the hey. You left out the hot mess category in status.
Oh, you're absolutely right. I can see the current status options. That hot mess is missing. Let me add that back to the status property. I'm working on it.
Needs attention. New.
Give me a second.
What?
I'm working on
Needs
it.
attention. Hot mess. No. No. No.
Yes.
Change
This
status. Okay, so it understands that it messed it up. It created a separate. I see the issue.
Oh, it's still working. Oh no, you put change status.
It's telling me I have to add it because it can't do it. But that's cool because it can still tell you how to do it, which is great. So it's saying I have to go here and then I have to come to the
So you cannot be a T-Rex.
No, you can't. Well, I mean, this is the first days. This thing is 48 hours old. Oh, option already exists. Where? Where does option already exist?
You down, go up or down?
It does not.
Where is it? Oh, wait. Go back in. I thought there was a toggle. Yeah, right there. A status. Hit the type up there at the top. Type. There's a little toggle thing.
Yeah, it's status. That's what it is. This is a status update. I should be able to edit.
I was looking for
it. Under edited. Yeah, okay, it's there. I should be able to add one here and call this hot mess. And it says option already exists. So there's some problems with this. This is, I'm going to stop the sharing for now. So that was your first look at AI agent. And this is the thing. This is why agents are in their early days. There's some promise here. There's also some task quickstand. Like, I'm sitting there going, add hot mess. I know how to add hot mess. But I think it's a very good tool for quickly creating a big database for you. And if you hooked it up to like a data source, there's a way to do that with like a CSV file or something like that. It can just populate all those things for you. So there's...
Except the CSV files don't work with like books very well. So...
No, it works with PDFs and things like that. So we'll do some research on what it can actually hook up into and stuff like that with like Google Drive. I mean, even if it could just work into Google, like it looks fun. It looks like it's going to be able to do a whole lot of things.
Yeah.
And like I said, we have a whole class from like 2 years ago about how to do the summary boxes and all of that with their AI. That's gone, but now you have AI blocks in the middle of your pages and everything.
I know. I was like, where did it go? Oh, there it is.
There it is. And I can make a template and then I can paste my chapters in and then click the button and it'll just generate the summary up at the top.
You know, one day I'll be putting on my glasses and I'll have my whole book as I'm walking the dog. I could be either reading the book in my little glass thing or listening to it on my glasses.
Yeah, there's Apple Glass. They're already working on the wearables and stuff.
Well, like Meta just came out 2 days ago with the $700-800 glasses that have the thing on there, and we are living in the future, girl. We are living in the future.
And in 3 years from now, then author conferences will be like, let me show you how to make your own Notion agent, because that's how fast they'll catch on. Your custom GPT is not making you that custom database inside of Notion.
That's just a shame. The pace at which the world that we live in moves, as opposed to the world that everyone who doesn't know about all the cool things.
Yeah, and I don't even think we're living the fastest. I'll be honest with you. People come to me all the time with things like, have you heard? Have you seen? Have you? I'm like, no, I have not. Tell me, show me, tell me quickly.
Yes. Give me.
I'm not even keeping up with it.
I'm
not even able to keep up with all of it.
No, girl, no, you're not.
So,
no, you're not. It's
there
just
was
a lot.
time.
I think I still come to you with, oh, did you see? Did you see? Like that
Mhm.
film that I dropped into the chat, everybody. So remember, I've got a link to the 1111 Media live stream, and in that description, you'll find the movie to the X thing. So go watch the whole thing, and then watch the entire live stream, and then you can go over and watch the video that we were watching. But uh, in that video, we're creating. This person created brand spanking new thing from a
Yeah.
thing. Bing.
So I'm liking that agents are getting slowly more robust, but as we showed, they're going to be the hot buzzword for this year, but they're
Yep.
very fragile. We're still better off with, I think, prompt sequences for right now, because the minute you have an agent to try to do some tooling and stuff like that, there's just so many variables that it breaks or whatever. But I see a lot of promise in this new Notion AI tool.
5 years from now. Oh my God.
I don't even think it's going to take 5 years. I think a
I
year
know.
from now, we're going to be laughing about, remember when the AI agent told me it couldn't put a word count?
I'm still thinking 5 years from now, because it will have settled down. There will be very mature technologies around all of this stuff in 5 years. And they will have worked out all of these quirky little bugs that seem to keep coming up. I don't care how many times Salesforce says they got agents and this is the year of the agent. This is the year of everybody trying to get the agents popular. Next year will probably be the year where we can actually utilize these things in very comprehensive ways. That was pretty good, though. I mean,
It was.
a whole database that you were able to. I mean, we have classes on developing these things. So
Yeah, that's why I want to talk tonight about how much this is changing the productivity. It would have, I'll just show you. It like it would take me at least 15-20 minutes to set up that database on my own, and I could just do it like that in less than a minute, and it just made it, especially if you know the schematics and all of that, which means our lives are going to change even more, because it goes back to what we first started at the very beginning when I said, make me song lyrics that are fun and for an audience. And like, you're going to have to get really good at explaining what it is you want the robot to do so that it can do it. Because if you mess it up, it'll make a mistake and then you're in quicksand.
Yeah, the old adage, don't just ask it for Tetris, show it kind of how Tetris works.
I had to explain what Tetris is. It's a block game that's falling down and all these things.
Even though they now can build them from scratch now, but because everybody kept asking about it.
Yeah. So they kind of like they trained that in.
Yes, they trained it in.
We are authors and we have the edge because we know how to use words to describe our world. Engineers had the edge for the longest time in computer programming and everything like that because everything was mathematics. Mathematics is a universal language. Well, how the tables have turned. Most LLMs are English as the dominant language. So, but more LLMs are being multi-language, so they're being trained in other languages and things like that. And now they have the Babelfish. They have something. Oh, it's the new AirPods. Apparently, Stacy just ordered them. You can talk and it will translate the language, and then as you speak, it'll translate what to say that you want to say to them,
or it'll automatically put it onto your phone, so it'll be listening to you, and then whatever you're supposed to be responding, or you could just say something and it'll appear on your phone.
Which also means you could practice your conversations with AI. There's people like they started doing that 2 years ago when they first showed was it 2 years ago when they first showed AI talking? I think it was because I was using AI on the drive, not this most recent road trip with my daughter, but the road trip before that. So that was May of last year.
I've never thought of using a audio, that would probably be a very good program for somebody to build where you could just turn on your AI and say, I want to only speak in Spanish. And I don't know very much Spanish, so we need to go through the ABCs and how you do this stuff. And then from this moment on, I will only speak in Spanish to you for the next 2 weeks or something like that. And then you just start building up your conversational acumen, and then all of a sudden, and you reserve the permission to speak in English. And whenever you speak in English, you know that the AI automatically knows that you're going to ask a question about the language. It's like, I don't know how to say that. What do I say in this instance or something? And then it will say the thing, and then you will say it back, and it will say "sí," and then you will move on in Spanish again.
When Duolingo said that they were moving to AI. So
yeah, I mean,
this is all kit and caboodle.
Yeah, I would, because my wife would like to move to Portugal, and maybe we have to visit it first. But she likes the idea of Portugal, and we have to learn Portuguese. And so, in order to learn Portuguese really fast, maybe you have some headphones and you're just walking around, and it's kind of or a pair of glasses, and you say, "Hey, what is that thing? How do I even say that in Spanish?" And you're looking at a post office box or a car or something, and it'll tell you how to say that thing in Spanish, and then you'll say it. The possibilities.
It is, because here's something Danny is saying. Microsoft does it already in their Teams app. And here's the thing. English is a language that is like, there's business English that people are like expected to know, but most people are way smarter, way better thinking in their native language. If they could speak their native language to get their point across, rather than having to translate their thoughts and their ideas into English and then to you, it can make productivity a lot better. The collaboration a lot better. So nobody has to make anyone their pallbearer at their funeral. You're not letting anyone down. I see it all the time when I watch F1, these poor kids that they speak Italian as they're like Kimi Antonelli. You watch his early interviews, the poor kid gets asked a question and it's not his fault, but he looks like he's slow or something, but he's not. He's literally taking the English, translating it to Italian, figuring out what he wants to answer, and then translating that to English and then trying to say it in English.
It's hard.
Yes.
It's hard. Every time I meet somebody who has 3 languages, I'm always so envious of them.
I am too.
Man, I mean, now I can see a path where I sequester myself, where me and my wife and our AI in the house are the only ones speaking Spanish, so that when we get ready, or Portuguese for a trip, or French, we could do nothing but speak French for 2 weeks before, and have the AI listening to the two of us talking and saying, "You're saying this wrong, you're saying that wrong." Oh my gosh!
Yeah, I can practice before I go see Olivia and Richard again.
Yes, agreed. I also agree with that, because I always want to put my best foot forward when I'm in another country, and I don't know the language. I don't want to have to make it all about their burden and my tourism. I want to be able to sometimes say things. We were not prepared for that, but.
So I think we should end on, if everyone's cool, I'll play the same song we started off with, and I think we should go to the after party in the live room. I want after party. You don't have to go there.
Live room people, y'all go.
Yeah, if you join the Accelerator, you can come to the after party in the lab room.
Yeah, that's right. Join the Accelerator, everybody. If you join the Accelerator, you get access to all of the classes over at the FFA. You can and when I say all of them, I mean all of them. There's so many incredibly gifted instructors over there helping to create the curriculum that you will enjoy, not only learn from, but enjoy. Also, if you are an aspiring filmmaker, or you just want to make audiobooks that don't bore people to tears, definitely go over to the 1111 Media Creator Academy, and we will help you out. We have a class tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Come to that class, and then come to Stacy's class, because you joined the Accelerator too. And remember, you're getting 3 classes over at 1111 Media Creator Academy for the price of 1 class. It's $9.99 for the whole class, and then but all 3 of them, when they finally go out into the real world, are all going to be separate prices. So definitely get on over there too. We are the Future Fiction Academy. This is Elizabeth Ann West. She's one of the smartest people I've ever met in my entire life. And she's very, very, very good at craft and writing. She's a published author. She's been doing it for 15 years. Easy. but
Yeah.
more like 18 years. And she's been in the thick
Yes.
of it and trying to be in the cutting edge. And she helps to spearhead a group of gifted instructors and administrators and people who care about you. And she also runs a couple 3 companies. So it's
3.
kind of a crazy thing, you know. Your
Mhm.
First Draft. She runs a press and this small endeavor that we call the Future Fiction Academy. Come on over, like, subscribe, hit all of the notification bells, because you know and I know that YouTube likes to YouTube, and everybody else, we're going to see you in the after party.
Whispers in the margins, codes between the lines, typewriters in the shadows, ticking back in time. Invisible assistants, running covert schemes, building whole new worlds while we chase our dreams. We're agents in the pages, automation spies, sending secret signals through the starlit skies. Stories crackle open like a safe at night. Our missions are the chapters hidden in the light. Ink becomes encryption, paper turns to glass. Every prompt a password, slipping through the past. Circuits hum like footfalls on a midnight street. Manuscripts assemble perfect and discreet. Shadow pens are moving, the dossier's alive. Blueprints on the table, watch the novels thrive. Every plot's a puzzle, every twist a key, unlocking secret futures only writers see.
And how about that? Unlocking secret futures only authors see.
All right, everyone.
See you next Friday.
Bye.